Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Alexandria sales meeting.
Woohoo! Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is the nicest room in any of our offices, I
such a
think,
nice
that we've
conference
ever
room.
been to. I'm pretty sure we were trying to compare earlier, but
Yes,
can
very,
you think
very
of one
nice.
that's better? I don't know. It's
I don't
the
know.
size and the width and the beautiful screen.
And it's got glass and
even
light.
Sarah can read the words on the
I
screen.
can even read the words on the screen.
It's amazing.
We do apologize for being a couple minutes late. We were talking about The Price is Right, for those of you that were not in the room.
We were doing that, and the fun part about traveling to other offices is sometimes the internet is sometimes a struggle.
wonky.
We want to get up on you, but Justin worked hard to get us up and going, so we are rocking and rolling, cooking with gas now.
And we have learned that Bethany and Donnie's favorite Price is Right game is Plinko. So
Yes.
we're going to figure out a way to build one and have a little fun. And no skill, you just drop the little thing and it goes, Melissa.
It's amazing.
Board, because Melissa goes, I don't know what that is. Board, little dots, you drop the thing and it goes ding, 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 blop, and you win
And you
something.
win money. It's amazing. So Taylor made this
But down.
amazing slide to start our show.
We're not real sure if it's ice cream
I
day,
don't think it's ice cream day. I think July was ice cream month, but everybody loves looking at pretty ice cream.
but
so
I
we're
will
gonna go
say
with
to
it.
you, if you too like ice cream as much as I do, feel free to make it your day. I will be stopping on the way home and getting ice cream.
It's ice cream day
Because
today.
Taylor told me I could. Yes.
All right, we'll jump into the fun materials.
Welcome to all the new agents.
We got lots of fun stuff to talk about today. We have not had a new agent introduction. We had a Waldorf meeting last week, but we haven't had one in 4 weeks, I think. So we're going to welcome 66 new family members to our family today. So welcome.
Welcome, everybody. And if you're in the room, give us a little woot woot so
if
we know
you're
who you
in
are.
the room, raise your hand so we can make sure we say hi.
Or you could say woot woot.
Or you could say woot woot. Alejandro Morales Medina from Go Brent Realty. Amina Haidara from Exit Flagship. Andrea Schatz Hayes, who's a great producer, one of the previous owners of Living Realty. So we're excited to have Andrea in. She works mostly in the Loudon area. Our next one, Angela Mitchell from Long and Foster, who was a staple. She has been in the business
Way back in the day.
I won't say how many years, but a long time. But she's been a great pro in the, kind of the Reston, Fox Mill area for a long, long time. So we're very blessed to have Angela join us. So welcome, Angela. Anna Hudak from Remax. Antar Williams is a new agent. Autumn Capps and Barbara Schatz, both from Living Realty LLC with Andrea. Baraket Goga is a new agent. And Cassandra King, she's a black box. So I'm sure she's something.
We
but
don't know where she came from.
I don't know quite what it is.
Catherine Slotin from Long and Foster. Christian Leno from the Hardman Realty team. Cindy Wang from E-Star Realty. Carla Assen from Coldwell Banker. Ibane Gatling is a new agent. Beth Grant from Long and Foster. Frida Fanung is a new agent. George Ross from United Premier. Heidi Shan. Oh, that was Lynn. I was like, who? I was looking for the woot. Lynn, that one of yours? Yeah.
She's not George.
She's not George. I know. I was like, that sounded
She's
like a
cheering
Lynn.
for George.
That looked like a Lynn. Yes. Heidi Chandler is a new agent, which is David's wife. And Holland Hargrove is also a new agent. Welcome, you guys.
Welcome. Oh, I think I hit it twice. I went back and forth. Han McBride from Vintage Ridge Realty. That's hard to say. Jana Mentz is a new agent.
I think we should make him say it like 3 times in a row.
I think I just did. Jennifer Sample from Long and Foster. Jesse Pat Jr. from United Real Estate Premier. You're going to give a woot woot? I was waiting for it. Anybody from that company? Lynn gets a woot woot. Julie Abate from Lismore and Associates. Julie Lalama from Larson Fine Properties. Justin Hayes from Chatz Homes Realty, which is also Living Realty with Andrea. Kay Bossert, Remax Real Estate Connections. Keisha Washington's a great one. She's from Pearson Smith, joined our Gainesville office. And Crystal Campbell from Redfin Real Estate.
Lakeisha Young from EXP. Lisa Wright from United.
There you go.
Woot woot. Madeline Arce is from Inactive to Active. Marsha Davis is a new agent. Mark Levinson from Douglas Realty. Markel Sanders from Inactive to Active. Matthew Mayer from EXP. Meredith Schatz, also with Living Realty with Andrea. Michael Robinson is a new agent, along with Michelle Chervenak. Welcome, you guys.
Michelle Wells from EXP. Najim Nabizada and Nima Wahabribi are both new agents. Nikel Grant from Republic Real Estate Group. Octavio Rodriguez from KW Metro Center. Pramesh Shretha from Fairfax Realty of Silver Spring. Prudence Wafo from Coldwell Banker, Rachel Wilson, in parentheses Barnes, from Exit Right Realty, Rachin Mahajan is a new agent, and Rashid Abdul Karimu from United Real Estate LLC.
Woo! That was some names.
Thank you.
That was some names. I'm going to say Bobby should have probably was maybe Robert, and then it got changed to Bobby.
No, it's Bobby.
It's Bobby. It's just
Yes,
out of.
she's.
It's just out of order.
It might be out of order.
It's out of order.
Might be Roberta.
Oh, Roberta, maybe.
But it's Bobby is how she goes by for sure.
Bobby Hambley from Keller Williams, Sabir Allenhad from Redfin, Sakanye McRae from 15 West Homes, Shayla Pinkard is a new agent, Santia Beckham from Real Living at Home, Starlina Hargrove is a new agent, Taylor Mitchell from Long and Foster, along with Angela's daughter, Theraka Walpita Gamage from 15 West Homes, Thomas Bennett is a new agent, and Ty Store from Redfin. Welcome, you guys.
And our last page, Valbona Shabiu from Keller Williams Preferred Properties, Valerie Harris from Inactive to Active, Veraporn Bonkovic from Remax Success, Vincent Lau and Virginia Frentz are both new agents, and from Compass, Yan Jin Ni. So welcome to all of our new family members.
So we forgot to mention, but their home office was on the right hand of the slide. If you saw somebody that was in your home office, reach out and say hello and make them feel welcome.
So just on this slide, Virginia and Yan look like they're making their home right here in
Yeah,
Alexandria.
that's awesome.
All right, so we are at August 17th today, something like that. So we get to announce our July top performers.
But you know what that means too.
Don't say it's almost Christmas.
So almost Christmas.
It's ridiculous.
Look,
So
I will jump
ridiculous.
straight to Christmas. Don't break out that pumpkin pie spice creamer
Summer's
crap.
not even over yet.
But
You're not okay with pumpkin spice?
I'm not okay with pumpkin spice, but
you're
I am
okay with-
okay with Christmas lights.
All
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Let's talk about our July top performers.
We had some great production in
just
July.
before Christmas, July top performers.
Yeah, just before Christmas a little bit. Christmas in July.
There you go.
Hallmark.
Some of these people did have Christmas in
I
July.
have been watching Hallmark Christmas in July. Just saying.
So our top 5 individual performers for the month of July. Just fantastic job to these 5. Rex Thomas, just over $5.5 million in real estate. Dilyara Dominova, just over $4.3. Aaron Probasco, just under $4 million. Brad Roars, $3.3 million. And Jennifer Fang, $3.1 million. So
Nice job, you guys.
To those 5.
And if you look at our
Fantastic months.
top individual performers by units of transactions, Rex Thomas and Dilyara Dominova tied for 9 in the month of July. That's fantastic. Brandy Brown with 6, and then tied at 5.5 each. Brad Roars and Noemi Conaway. Congratulations, you guys. What a great month.
Great job. Woo,
Wow,
some of
look
these
at that.
teams. This Uncle Casey's team.
Uncle Casey's rocking.
This might be a record from what we've had. I need to probably keep these things. Casey would probably tell me. He's probably got it charted somewhere. But the man, the myth, you guys just did a fantastic job. $23 million
Fantastic
in the month
in July.
of July. So fantastic job, Casey Samson team. And we're going to call out your name a bunch for Cardinal. So thank you all for not only your great production, but also your great support of Cardinal Title Group. Next up, not to be outdone, these next couple teams did a great job. Shepherd Homes Group, $13.2 million. And the Redstone Group, just under $13 million. The Westerland Group, $6.2 million. And Major Key in the back there,
Representing.
$4.1 million. Great job, team.
Nice job. And if
Bunch
we
of
look
great
at our
teams
top
there.
performers by unit transactions, we have 22.5 with Shepherd Homes Group, Uncle Casey Sampson at 20, the Redstone Group at 17, and then tied with 8 transactions for the month of July, the Westerland Group and Major Key Real Estate. Congratulations, you guys.
Great job.
Awesome month.
So we're going to switch things up a little bit when it comes to our names. And I teased this last time at the Gainesville. We're going to do all the Cardinal names at 11:15 is the goal, because we want to take our time and make sure we're thanking each person. But we also know that there's some that might want to fast forward to the other stuff. And we value each and every one of them. So we're going to go through those. And at 11:15, we're going to do that at the end. So all the 400 closings that we have for the last 4 weeks. But we are going to do something in the middle here where these, I think it was 80 people, went above and beyond. They were able to get their listings to close at Cardinal Title Group, which is awesome because we know the buyers get to choose. But they were able to advertise on their listings or negotiate it as part of the contract. Say, look, please use Cardinal Title Group on the listing side, and the buyers went with it. So these people are, everybody's my hero that uses Cardinal Title, but these people are super duper rock stars. They were able to get their listing to go there, so we will make special mention of them. First time we're we're going to start to pull these out. I did this last week in Waldorf, and I really liked the idea of making sure that, where they're getting special recognition that they got their listings to come there. Now, a couple tips. Look, put it in the remarks. Seller prefers Cardinal Title Group. Buyers want to win that listing, or buyers want to get the contract through. It might be insignificant to some buyers and buyers agents. Like, great, if the seller wants it, I'll put it in there. Put it in the other documents, that seller wish list, things that they want.
And the 33 convenient locations page that we have for the Cardinal Title Slick. I put that in my documents as well. And I put the Cardinal Title Slick in my brochures.
In your brochures on the table.
So that the buyer sees them.
Show the buyer that we got a location convenient to them that we can close wherever it is. So a couple tips to help this happen. But I want to make special mention of these people in the beginning here. And then we'll do all the others at the end because we're thankful for everybody, but we're going to change up the order a little bit. Abdul Hassan, Adriana Solano, Miss Allie Chamberlain, Anand Barnes, Andy Shannon, Ashina Tucker, Austin Southern, Bridget Bradshaw, Candace Astroth, Uncle Casey Samson. Four of those listings got to Cardinal. Great job, Case. Casey Stauffer, Cheryl and Chuck Youngbar, Christine Martin, my man in Lake Ridge, Kristen Napoli. 4 listings came to Cardinal. Great job. Chul Kim, I think that's Charles Kim. Charles Kim. Cynthia Epps, Damon Scott, down in Montclair. David Luckenball 3 times. Great job, David. Desiree Rogelli, Deanna Posadas.
Dilyara Dominova, Elaine Molina, Ernesto Sordo, our Delaware principal broker, Ernie Dill, Gary Harvey, Hal Wilson.
A lot of managers up here.
I know, we got some managers up here. Rock it, guys. Hee-Jun Park, Helen Argueta, Hugo Medina, Imani White, Israel Bears, Janice Pearson, Jasmine Wise, Janelle Alexandria, Alexander.
There you go.
No slip there, Alexandria people. Jennifer Dorn, Joanna Lang, John McCambridge, Johnny Jenkins, Jordana Adams, and Jose Ruiz. Nice job, you guys. Thank you.
Justin Bailey, Kathy Thompson. Oh.
Katie Wojcicki.
Katie Wojcicki.
Close enough.
How do you say it? Oh, say it again, Melissa.
She does. It's pronounced Wojcicki.
Yeah, you did a lot better. All right, Kelly and Owen Thomas, Kimberly Sneed, L2 Realty Partners. Woo! Laura Bean.
That would be Laura.
Also, happy birthday, Laura.
Happy birthday, Miss Laura.
Yesterday. Exciting. Lana Schinnerer, who was at the singing of the birthday party in the video I saw. Lisa Barber.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice job.
Lisa Patton. Lauren Logan, 2 times. Great job, Lauren. Maria Carranza, Mary Williams, Missy Whittington, Michael Dowling, Michael Fagan, Natasha Mills, Nina Singh, Nora Hines, another Uncle Pat Sampson. Great job, Pat. Phyllis Brown.
Pino Bully Pogsanen.
Nailed it.
Rajan Lawani. Renee
right
Garland 2 times. Next time I just need to let you do it so that you feel good.
Yes.
Okay.
Gives me confidence.
Rita Road. Our Tyson's manager, Rolf Kratz. Roxanne Southern. So that's 2 for Roxanne and Austin, right? Sabine Katak. Sajad Rizvi. Sandy Sullivan. Sarah Biggers. Oh, me.
Oh, Sarah Mormon. I'll read her off. Good job, Sarah.
Sarah Mormon. Stephanie Randall, Steve Tangwa, Susan Holbrook, Susan McKinney, Thaddeus Underwood, our Vienna manager Todd Kolash, Troy Property Group, Wendell Watkins, Zandra Jameson, and Roberto Zaney and Associates Real Estate finishing that up.
Great job to all of you all.
You guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not only to Cardinal, but getting the listing side, and that's just not the seller side. That's getting the whole deal, obviously, to come because of our now split closing
like
world.
you said, we are super appreciative of all the Cardinal deals, but being able as a listing agent to say, look, I stand behind this company and I stand behind what we're trying to do, and can you please use Cardinal Title? We like them, and they do a good job. And for you to be able to convince the other agent to kind of buy in on that's huge for us. So we want to make sure we took the time to at least say that. And thank you, and not feel rushed as we get through the rest of the names. We want to, like Donnie said, we want to be able just to thank you and not feel like we're hammering through them so that we're getting everybody out on time.
There we go. So a couple upcoming events. Lunch and Learn.
Save the
we
date.
Can see the restaurant right out the door there.
Yes.
Osteria Marzano. I'm saying that close to correctly. But we'll be over there talking all things Samson today from 12 to 2:30. Next Tuesday, I'll be up in Bel Air at Joppa, right, Justin? We decided that's how you say Joppa.
Joppa?
In Joppa, Maryland. It's at the Mountain Branch. Cool, really cool place. So I'll be there 12 to 2:30 next Tuesday. So looking forward to seeing everybody up there in Joppa.
One exciting thing I do want to announce about Alexandria, though, you guys, we have got a packed full house that's registered for new agents coming to our Lunch and Learn today. So whereas we normally say if you're around and you have not been, if you're around and you've been to one, steer clear because we've got a packed house in there. But if you...
Or just stand outside.
Or stand outside. We are packed out on the meals and the rooms.
Or check at like 12:30. Do we have room or not?
Yeah, I can't necessarily guarantee you a spot, so you might have to stand outside.
We are in theory fully signed up,
Yes,
which is great, but not everybody always shows up and says they're coming.
But
so
the good news is we have a lot of people looking to come in and give new energy to your office, so that's super exciting. Yes, so Lynn's training is right behind. We'll talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that right behind, but super excited about people looking to come into the office.
So our first, when we get back after Labor Day, our first sales meeting in September, which will be our next sales meeting from now, will be in Chantilly, in our Chantilly headquarters, because we'll have lots of fun announcements. And then afterwards, what's going to happen?
Cornhole tournament.
Cornhole
whoop,
tournament.
Whoop.
So we are very excited.
Get your bags ready. And
make sure you sign up.
Is that how you do it? I don't play beanbag toss.
Beanbag tosses. Oh, is this a video?
Oh, no. It's just little graphics.
Well, I saw a timer come up at the bottom there.
Oh, it's the little graphics at the top.
It's animation.
It's animation.
I'm new.
Cornhole animation.
I'm new to stuff. Okay, be easy on me.
So you will see. That's actually a nice game face for Donnie. He will be interviewing partners, and if you cannot, if you're not a ringer, don't interview.
I actually may have committed to Nabil yesterday.
Did you? Does
yes.
he play?
Our new ISA claims he's very good.
Are you not going to interview him on his?
I think we should try it out back. I'm going to bring a board in, and we'll do it outside.
I am going to point out one thing.
I'm going to make sure before I commit, but
he has gone through a different partner every year, and for various reasons they've lost.
I won once, the COVID year, when we didn't have a festival.
The first year, Bobby was more excited about his mayonnaise on his sandwich. The second year, Mark tanked him. The last year, Danny was tired.
Those are all true statements.
I am just going to say, be careful if you interview. Here's where you will find me at the board, writing everything down.
Bossing everybody around.
Bossing everybody around is what I do best. You go here, you go here.
It'll be a good time. If you don't play cornhole, come on out that afternoon.
Come
to the sales meeting, then come out. We'll have food, drinks, have a good time.
All the fun things. Good time had by all.
So September 7th, that'll be after our sales meeting. We'll also have a couple more, we'll have some exciting announcements to make hopefully during that sales meeting as well next September 7th.
We have another save the date in case you have seen nothing on it. You may have seen a couple announcements. On Saturday, October 1st, our Samson Fall Festival. For those of you who in the room has not been to a fall festival.
Well, not or do it?
Has not been. Okay. Has not been, right?
Raise your hand.
Yeah.
If you have, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Some of you didn't raise your hand.
Some of you didn't raise your hand at all. Half the room.
That's why I did it.
I
was going to tell that joke even if everybody had raised their hand.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. He's being funny. But the thing is, if you have never been, the first year I pulled in, I was like this. It's like a little mini city, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And not for nothing, I did text him last year, and I'm like, this is a city, a literal city. So bands, food trucks, wine trucks, beer. Who knew wine came on a truck? Beer trucks, margarita machines, funnel cakes, moon bounces. We have mechanical sharks this year, Ferris wheels. Oh, it's up.
There's a list behind you.
There's a list behind me. Zip lining is always a winner. So much fun. People come spend the day, come spend a couple of hours. So, fun had by all.
A couple things to say. First of all, please go to the page and register.
Yes.
Because you need to have that QR code. We really want you to have it when you drive up to check in. Because we're not going to have a ton of sales meetings left to tell you. When you drive up, we're going to register you and check you in from your car. You don't stand in some long line. But if you don't have your QR code or you don't have your registration, it becomes a thing. We're right off 66. People could just
drive up
and
they see it.
Right? So yes, we will probably let you in because we'll have to pull out rosters and figure out who it is. They might walkie-talkie me. Do you have this name on your list? It just becomes a whole thing. So please register. Try to have that with you. Obviously, we're going to give grace, but it will go a lot faster if you have your QR code ready and you're registered ahead of time.
And we also want to plan.
Family.
Yes, and if you're bringing your...
We also need to know how many people to plan for. That's the other
and that's the thing. Like, we don't... Last year, we had people, show up with a lot more people than originally registered, which is... We love the people, but, food was an issue last year, right? And we had food truck issues and whatever. So it is for your immediate family. So what does that mean? If you have, children in your home or family living in your home, that's great. Please do not invite the 14 children that you have that all have their grown children that live in 14 different states to all come in. This is an immediate family event for us to celebrate our Samson family.
The other thing I want to mention is this. 3 to 4:30 is a key time block, okay? 3 to 4:30 is, we're going to have, 2 bands before that, then we'll have 3 to 4:30 where we're going to come up with, give up some raffle prizes. We're going to get a lot of great raffles. You have to be there to get them, so you have to be there before that. We're going to do a couple speeches, a couple awards, but then we're going to do a big company picture, all right? So if you want to be a part of the big company picture, you need to be there 3:30, 4 o'clock when we get to that part.
And it's fun.
And it's fun. We get a big picture. And then once we get them, some of you might have seen them. They're hanging in a lot of the offices.
We blow them up, and then you get to play Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
To find yourself in the picture, which is kind of
And we think we've got a better setup with the pitch of the hill this year that we'll be able to see everybody, get tons and tons more people, much more visible in the picture than before. So we're excited about that. But if you plan on coming at night, try to get there by 3 or 3:30 so you can get in there. If you plan on coming in the afternoon, try to stay till 4 o'clock or so that you can get in both sides. That's what we put it in the middle, so it's hopefully easier for everybody to make it happen. So that's one thing I want to keep in mind. We will start releasing full schedules on the website and by email, so you can kind of plan for that stuff. But these are a lot of the activities that you can play with that day.
So fun, so fun.
Super
exciting.
So this was technically for the first half of the year. Nobody's caught us in the last month. But we are far and away have sold the most homes in all of Northern Virginia, more than any other brokerage this year, which
Way
is
to go, Samson
Great
fam.
job. Right now, we are more than 1,000 or 800 above above the second place, which was Long and Foster. So you guys are doing awesome, and last year we barely beat them, but this year we're stringing it out. So super proud of
Blowing
that.
them out of the park.
Uh-huh.
Did I say something? No.
This is not public. I can say other companies' names.
No. I said blowing them out of the park.
Oh, blowing them out of the park. Gotcha. So awesome job by all of you all. That's not me. That's you guys out there doing hard work. So congratulations to all of you all.
You guys. Super exciting.
Keep it up. Obviously, at the end of the year, we'll have more stuff with awards and counties and hopefully lots of cool stuff.
But we are so proud of you because that is so super exciting.
That was kind of a mid-year check-in. We wanted to make sure it was exciting. So do we want to do this video one more time?
Let's do it one more time, and then we'll kick it from there.
This will be the last time we play Sarah on video here.
We did launch a new Samson University for everyone that has missed that announcement, and we have a whole new learning platform for you. We are doing tutorials and walkthrough and workshops to teach you how to use Samson University.
We did all 3 already.
But we have them stored on the Cardinal Nest on the Samson University page where you can watch those.
So this is a quick video where Sarah gets to watch Sarah.
I hate that. It's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
The best, I sent a picture of her last week. Maybe watched the Waldorf meeting. We went to do this last week, and she got frozen on a really cool
like this.
right there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We do have a sound?
At least my mouth's closed this time.
Yeah, it was like this. We froze her, and it was
like that.
It was not an ideal face.
He takes it and he's like, this is funny, this is where you froze.
Yeah,
I'm like, thank you for sharing that with me.
The joys of live TV. So the cool part about Samson University, because I could keep talking to you, we're still on here, is it's much easier to navigate. Hopefully a lot of you have been in already. It launched August 1st.
Has anybody logged in and looked at it already? Yeah. Awesome. What do you think? Good. Awesome.
I've heard a lot of good positive feedback so far, even after the last sales meeting. Some people came up and talked to me, but a lot more organized. We've shortened a lot of stuff into shorter snippets. I mean, Sarah's going to say all this stuff in a second.
The other thing, too, just in case we don't get it pulled up, is we've organized it in such a fashion that if you're looking for one quick piece of this paragraph or this explanation, we've shortened it in such a way that you can find that 2 to 5 minute video in the way that your brain's holding.
Justin, we can just go without it. We can do the story.
That you're retaining. Retaining, that's the word I'm looking for. That to retain the information and be able to help you remember it and apply it. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
We can just push forward,
though,
that's fine.
we can for that job, actually.
Bethany will. Several times, she said, several times. But what it'll do is help you go along the path. If you're busy, great, you stop, you come back to it later. It'll save where you are. If you think of something good, you can forward it to a friend. There's all types of ways to use this learning platform, but it's designed to help you in such a way that it's no longer a 2-hour class for you to sit there and zone out and do your Facebook and do all the things. It's quick 2 to 15-minute snippets of information for you to learn when it's convenient for you to retain the way your brain is designed to retain today, right, in our busy world of noise.
And even bigger classes, like say you do a 2-hour sky slope class. Well, let's break it into 10 and 15-minute segments. So it's just different pieces of it. So maybe like, okay, I've got time for this 10 or 15 minutes, but I can come back later and pick it up the next one.
Or maybe you're a Virginia agent and you're going in to now write a contract in Maryland or DC, which is a T into our next, that you aren't really familiar with their contracts. Well, you can go in and watch it, and that entire contract segment is built out by paragraph 1, this means this, here's how you write it, if you're the seller, here's what you want to see, if you're the buyer, here's what you want to see, and here are the legal implications. So those contracts in all of our jurisdictions are also being formed. I will tell you, we had to balance the expediency of getting stuff out with the quality and quantity of content. We are still filming. We're going to continue to still film. Justin's filming. His entire life is filming and editing and putting up videos right now. So as things change, contracts change, new tools, new resources, new things, we'll film them, we'll put them up. So it will take a little bit, but we are populating every day. So if you're looking for something specific, shoot us an email. Shoot Melissa an email, mwalsh@samsonproperties.net. She will help you, tell you whether it's been filmed or if you need to put it on the schedule, she can do that. Otherwise, keep checking back because we're populating new videos every day. But also, if you are a primary licensee, and we've talked about this a lot.
It's coming up. Wasn't next.
Oh, you were on it? Oh, you were on it before, right there.
No, that's later.
I know, but you were hitting. That's where I was. I looked. Don't give him the clicker.
It's because I was trying to get through the video thing.
Oh,
we're good. All right, let's do that.
We'll get to that in a second. I'll come back to that.
All right. So Samson Solutions. This was sent out by email, but remember we announced that big partnership with Curbio. You all voted, and we decided we're Samson Solutions is our new title for that, which is super cool. We got the slick logo up there, which is the paintbrush. Get it?
Get it? You're painting?
They're painting. They're rehabbing a house, which is, it's better when I explain it. Don't be sarcastic. All right, so this is a sample of some of the slides we have. Attract more buyers, sell your home faster, maximize your profit. We know there's lots of sellers out there that know there's $10,000 or $15,000 of work they should do on their house, but why do they not do it? They don't have the money, right? Where do they have the money? In their house. They got a couple $100,000 in the house. They just don't. They'll have money when they sell their house, so they can come in, do the work, push the money to closing. You can get as involved in the process or as not involved in the process as you want. But we've got pamphlets and flyers that we're going to email out as part of this. So you got that. They're already on the nest, but we'll send out a dedicated email to it. But if you search Samson Solutions or Curbio right now, probably Samson Solutions on the Resource Center, you can pull down these. We've got some information from Curbio. We've Samsonized it, put our logos on there in colors, and made it look good. So you can use these in your listing presentations or in talking to people now as another reason to sell. And look, I would put in all my listing advertising that I've got these possibilities to you. You know, I've got people that will help you fix it up to sell and pay at closing. That's a cool thing, you know, and a lot of sellers are going to be attracted to that. They might get in the house and be like, well, I don't really need that. But it's another reason for them to pick up the phone and call you instead of somebody else. All these tools we put in your tool belt, you don't need them every time. But if you have them at your disposal, then you've got them there to maybe get more calls and more listing presentations.
And at the end of the day, like what he just said, you may not need them in every situation, but it sure is helpful when you have a solution if somebody does need it, right?
Yep.
So all of these things that we are pulling through are things that we're looking for to take the objections off your plate so that we can give you a solution to be like, and I got that covered, or I'm going to advertise around this and make my phone ring so I can get to another kitchen table.
Because we all know that extra little work that we think it needs to go into it, and they probably know it in their heart that needs to go into it as well. We all know it will help sell for much more than we put into it. It's just a matter of getting over that hurdle of paying for it and doing the work while you still live there. But you're gonna both benefit from it in the long run. And your seller will be thankful for you, and they're gonna give you more referrals and be happier. You're gonna close much quicker and for more money.
And the other thing too is we've all got contractors we like, right? We all have those people. And we use them. We do. But
I feel like my list gets shorter and shorter.
But that's the point.
No offense if you're a contractor.
No, but that's the point, right? Our list keeps getting shorter because A, they don't show up when they say they're going to, in some cases, or they come back to you and say, yeah, I know I sold you this, but it's going to be $3,000 more, or they don't show up when they're supposed to, or they don't get it done on time. This is and then that's your name, right? Because you're the one that's walked this person in that they've never heard of before. The great thing about Curbio, they've been in our market for a really, really long time, and they do a really good job. And they will do the good job from a punch-out list for a home inspection item all the way up to, look, we got to gut the bathroom in the, in the kitchen because we're going to sell it for $100,000 more, and your kitchen's from 1940, and it's not the trend, right? We can't go vintage. Whatever the answer may be and everything in between, they've got a proven track record. So it's not necessarily you putting your name on the line for that one contractor that barely shows up. I mean,
yeah.
I have one contractor in my 20 years that I have not fired. One. For that very reason.
Well, and the last point I would say is this. Look, they're not all going to be perfect necessarily, but if you call a contractor individually, okay, and it doesn't go great or whatever, there's a lot of repercussion. The benefit to using Samson Solutions and getting in, we technically have an admin panel. We can see everything. They can report back if there's issues. They're going to care a lot about our account with 5,500 people and all of us trying to use them a lot. They're going to care more. If I get a complaint here, here, and here, you can bet I'm going to be on the phone being like, what's going on with your people? We need to get different people in here. The last question you guys are probably going to have is, I have a great contractor. I would like to get them involved. There are contacts in there. You could talk to this Curbio people, the Samson Solutions, the Curbio people. They have a vetting process, but they can try to get them involved in that platform as well, so they're an option for people.
Yes.
Last thing.
Updater.
So we talked about this last week, but a lot of you weren't watching the Maryland meeting, and you got an email about this. This is a free product that is already integrated into your SkySlope. Many of you probably got this and were like, what the heck is going on? We do apologize. They put it in there a little bit quicker than they should have, but it did launch officially last Thursday, although they had a pre-launch a couple days before that. But what it is this. You don't have to do it. You can go ahead and turn it off, and you don't want any of your clients to see it. So you don't have to do this. I would think it's cool. When they see a file come in SkySlope, as soon as you have a ratified contract, you put in the buyers, the seller, or the buyers typically, right? They're going to buy this house, and you've got a settlement date and all this stuff. You can click the button that sends them an updater account. Well, now they get an email, and they can sign up for an updater account if they want to, or they cannot. But updater, they basically have a checklist. It's an app or desktop version. It's like, look, change your utilities over. Great, okay, and they'll tell you when you click it, it's got your address in there. It'll know exactly who the utilities are in their area. They can log right in and do it right there. They can tell you, change your address over, set up your internet, set up your TV, all those things they can do right in there. There's the checklist of the 5 or 6 most likely things that they have to do when they're moving. They can work through them, and they can even, the guy did the demo for me. It was like, okay, give them some address, and they'll go through, and they can go down to, okay, here are the providers, AT&T and Verizon. Which one do you want to shop? And they can shop, and they can set up the deal, and they can switch the whole service right there. It's crazy, which is super cool. I had never really heard of them before, but it turns out they're a part of 25% of the moves all over the country, which is a crazy number, right?
Yeah.
But they've got a lot of deals with Rent Spree and rentals and all that kind of stuff too, which is a lot more turnover. So it's a super slick, just a checklist, of are you getting all these things? Because we all provide utility lists, but then we're like, I don't know the utilities in this area. But how much cooler is it to provide them an updater link? Like, this is a cool app that I get you that you can log in. It gives you a checklist of who to go through.
And how many of you actually follow up with your client once you say, don't forget, status to settlement, now you need to change your address, and here are your utilities, and you need to change your Amazon deliveries, and you need to change your FiOS. How many of you ever follow up to your people and say, did you change your electric? Did you change your, right?
So,
well, and
cool.
my own buyer the other day called me and goes, yeah, I forgot to do that even though you told me 3 times, and I don't have electric. I said, well, that sucks.
The key is electric, gas, and water.
Yes.
Everything else we can fit. Well, actually, probably the key is internet, right?
Internet.
Try to move in without internet. But I'm going to embarrass my wife here, but we moved 4 years ago tomorrow, and it turns out the guy that bought the house ended up being a friend of ours, became a friend after they bought it. The kids were on the same lacrosse team and all this. He still calls me and texts me, hey, got a package here from Meredith, because she heard from some website that she had not changed. It was
so funny.
It was Nordstrom for a little while, then it was Amazon, but
I know. Just wait till he gets home. Meredith's going to say thank you very much for outing me.
She hasn't watched me this long in a video in a while.
Yes.
I go by, I'm like, Steve, I'll stop by on the way home. I'll get some packages. But
so funny.
So you want to change all those addresses. But Updater is a new product. You can decline it. You can send it to your people, but I think it's a great add-on.
It's just a great reminder.
It's built into you for free.
And it looks like you're providing more value, right? And it's not costing you anything to provide that value.
I
can do my, thank you so much. So what I was saying about the education, remember, we've talked about this a ton of times. You have to join secondary memberships if you have multiple licensed jurisdictions. For example, here in Northern Virginia and Alexandria, most of you belong to NVAR, right? Okay, well, if you have a DC license or a Maryland license, you do not have access to DC and Maryland forms unless you join their associations. The associations own their own forms. We, by bylaw and by contract, cannot just pass them out to everybody if you're not a member. I don't even have a copy at the brokerage level. I have to be a member and I have to have a license to be able to get that.
That's not true.
It is.
She has a copy.
I do not have a copy. I will tell you, I have to call the principal broker and say, give me a copy. I have to say, give me a copy.
But she wouldn't use them to go write a
right.
contract.
I would not use them to go write a contract.
She was trying to help her look at something.
Yes. So, but I do have to call the principal broker
and
and say, send me a copy.
I know in a while, a year and a half, 2 years ago in Dot-Loop, for those of you that was with us,
we cheated.
We cheated. We didn't really fully know that we were cheating at the time because Dot-Loop gave you the ability to, as long as our brokerage had them all, you could have access to whatever forms our brokerage did. But that's not correct. And we have fixed that. So we're getting some more and more people that are constantly reaching out to brokers and trying to get forms for DC or for GCAR or MR in Maryland. And we can't. We're not really supposed to do that.
We're not going to break the rules. And here's the other thing on why we're not going to break the rules, and I hope you guys can respect this. If you are going to the expense and the effort of getting a license in a different jurisdiction, I need you to be professional and knowledgeable in that jurisdiction. We do not want people just getting a license and saying, oh, I can sell here. Like I can sell in Roanoke, Virginia. I'm in Virginia. I am not going to go sell in Roanoke, Virginia because I don't know that marketplace. I don't have access to their forms. So be professional and knowledgeable in the areas upon which you're selling. You're taking the effort to get the licenses in those jurisdictions. Make the effort to join and be a part of and have everything legal and knowledgeable and professional in that marketplace.
I heard last week that the G card might be as low as $150 or $200. Somebody got the secondary
Yeah, all of those secondary memberships are between about $100 to $250.
Right, so it's not a ton, but you just got to make sure you do that.
Yeah.
So you have full access to the forms. And
trust me, I feel you in Maryland where you have like 42 different associations and 42 different addendum forms.
But I think MR lets you get access to all of them.
Yes.
You have to get them through their
You have to join MR, yeah.
Yeah, you have to join MR. But I
so
think
just
you
to
get
note, make sure, and if once you do that, you can put your NERDS, when your NERDS number's in your SkySlope, as soon as you join, the association updates you with NAR. Your forms will immediately populate into SkySlope. You don't have to do anything. Everything is generated by that NERDS number. All the associations use that same number. Questions, call me.
Si, senorita. All right.
Samson commercial.
Ooh, they got a cooler background this week.
Yes,
Nice,
look at that. There's like a commercial building there. Go figure.
The two, there's two departments in our company that we don't talk about enough, and a lot of you don't know enough about. So we want to make sure we're spotlighting these in a couple sales meetings to make sure we get the word out. We have a commercial department. You can sell commercial real estate. You don't need a separate license, although you shouldn't just go do it blindly like we just talked about other jurisdictions. Yeah, I have the physical ability to have a license to go represent somebody and buy that building next door. Am I the best person to do it blindly? Probably not.
I will tell you commercial is inexplicably more difficult than residential.
So I do think it's a great opportunity to learn if you want to get into that. Aladdin's our commercial broker. He sits in Chantilly, but there's his information. He's a great guy. He'd love to partner with you, help you through that transaction. You should share the commission with him if he's going to partner with you and hold your hand through the whole process. Learn. Maybe by that first or second one, you're like, look, I like this. Maybe I want to do commercial now more. Or maybe I don't. Or maybe I just want to be like, look, I want to refer this to somebody and get paid for it. Well, there's Aladdin, and there's a ton of commercial people in our that do a lot of commercial business that Aladdin might pass to and say, hey, this is a great person in your area that's very knowledgeable in commercial. Pass this to you. Get that check. Instead of just being like, I don't know anything about commercial. Either A, learn, or B, pass it to somebody in our company that can help you out.
So Aladdin's also teaching classes to teach people that are more interested in learning more commercial. And again, there's multiple types of commercial. It's not just I'm selling commercial. There's Class A office space, which is more like a residential transaction than anything else. But you have it all the way to development, pad sites, lane, all the things. So he will help you, he will teach you, but if you have any questions about commercial at all, your questions need to be sent. Your questions, Audrey's here. That's who we're waving at through the window.
Everybody's going to
Everybody's flipping. But your questions, we'll do that, that's fun. Your questions for commercial definitely need to go to Aladdin. Your brokers are going to tell you to go to Aladdin. Skip the step of your brokers when it comes to commercial type questions. Aladdin is our main commercial operations manager, and it's his job to answer those. Yes, sir, Justin. Great. So Justin just said he has a new series going in
Hey, Justin,
on.
there's
Use
a
mic.
microphone.
Do you work?
You guys didn't get it.
That's
Before
hilarious.
we started, Justin stood up and told everybody,
need
make sure
to
you need a
use
mic
a
if you're going to
microphone.
talk. And then Justin starts talking in the back of that microphone.
So what Justin said in the back for not using his microphone was that Aladdin's got a brand new series going up on Samson University about commercial real estate. He said it's fantastic, so check into that if you're looking for more commercial information.
The second department
Yes,
that does not
wonderful.
get nearly enough. Raise your hand if you knew we had property management.
Awesome.
Maybe half.
Yes.
And less than half.
Has
last
anybody
week when I did
used
it.
property management in here before for their clients? Okay. I love the property management department. I think it's one of the most underutilized resources we have.
We have about 250 houses or so in our property management department now, which is great, but that's with probably 30% of the company even knowing that we have it. So why I would value property management is you got a seller or the buyer, they buy the house, it's an investment, whatever, they say, oh, I'm gonna rent this out. Do you do property management? If you say, no, I don't, what are they gonna do? They're gonna find somebody that does, right? And when they find somebody else that does, that person's gonna be there, they're gonna become that person's realtor. Whether it's now or 2 years from now or 3 years from now, whenever
Because
it
I
is.
can promise you they're going to talk to them a lot more than you do.
Right. So they're going to forget. There's a much better chance they forget who you are, or they've got a buddy that they're going to encourage them to relist the house for rent or relist the house for sale for in 2 years, 4 years, 6 years. So we want to make sure you get in Samson Property Management. We've got tons of great property managers all over our footprint, Virginia, Maryland, D.C., that can help out your clients, take great care of it. When it's time to relist the house for rent or for sale, they pass that back to you. And I used to love it. I get a call from Sarah.
Not me.
Beth or Jeff.
Beth or Jeff.
Jeff is married to Sarah, who I know very well as well. So sometimes I say Jeff and Sarah. Jeff or Beth will call me and be like, hey, this person's ready to relist house for rent or sale. Great, I'm in. Pass them over. So it was great because they take great care of them. I knew they were in safe hands. We kept them in our family. They come back to me when they're ready to list or for rent or sale. So it's a great department. Now, if you have interest in property management,
Yes.
we also, they will take new property managers and train you up, or if you've done it before.
Give you the infrastructure and the tools
great.
to be able to do it, teach you how to do it.
We've got great online systems that we use, AppFolio and other stuff that make it slick and good for everybody. So I want to encourage you to reach out to Jeff and Beth. They are doing a world tour. They've done some meet and greets at a lot of the different offices. They have a virtual one. I think it's next week. It's on the calendar later when I pull it up. What? They're in Bowie next week? And there was a virtual one on the calendar too, I thought. But, okay. They have, okay, well, it'll be later. Yes,
Yeah.
they also have a tent
They
at
will
the
have a
fair
tent at the
if
fair,
you want
yeah.
to meet them at the festival. So want to make sure you all were aware of property management, and if we don't talk about it, then people aren't aware of it, right? Because I
Right.
say a million things when I do my lunch and learn, and you don't remember half of them. So we got a great property
Well,
management
and we're
department.
constantly building and adding new tools and resources. That's why we like to just kind of re-spotlight a couple of things just to make sure you're not forgetting all the good stuff that we've got in there.
With that,
Yes.
next announcement, I'm really looking over to my right because Reed and Carrie are talking it up over there. Hey,
Reed, you ready?
Hubbard, you're up. There's
Hello.
Carrie. Carrie and Reed coming in.
Good
We have some mics
morning.
here, Mr. Donnelly.
Good
Welcome
morning,
to
good
Carrie
morning.
Lindsay and Reed Hubbard from Cardinal
Come on
Cider
in,
Group.
come
Coming on in.
How are you guys? It is. Isn't it nice
It is
here?
beautiful, huh? Screen's even big enough that Sarah can read.
I know. Benefits. Just saying.
How you guys doing out here today?
Hey,
Good.
great.
How are y'all?
So beautiful here.
Yeah, I know,
I
right?
love it.
Don't get any days. This is not your new
So
home
nice.
office.
So nice.
It's
She's
so
the
pretty.
headquarters moving here. That's awesome.
That makes our drives every.
That would make it a lot easier
Yeah.
for you, right?
Uh,
No?
Eh?
but then I have to go to Chantilly, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's all right.
So, how are things with Cardinal?
Things are good.
Things are great. We were hoping to introduce our Alexandria team, but they are all hard at work.
Oh, yeah?
Audrey has a closing, so
Oh.
Michael.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
she's here for
fantastic.
Audrey's
closing.
in 11
Well,
o'clock.
and you
so-
have the wonderful Michael Palermo here.
We do. Michael just hits it out of the park. He is
I love
such
him,
a gem.
and he is the one who graciously put, and he said, do you care what font it is? And I said, no, I don't. He graciously made a sign for everybody to get to the right place this morning
Oh.
because he kept seeing everybody
care
walking
what
around.
font it is.
He kept making sure everybody was off. He goes,
He's
"Do you care what font-"
considerate.
He's so considerate.
He is.
I
He's
love him. He's one of my
amazing.
favorites, and he's always got a smile on his face.
He does. He's so helpful. He's just
Yes.
such a nice person. We are
Yeah,
so
genuinely
thrilled to
nice.
have him here.
You got more staff here as well, right?
We do. We have Deneen, experienced processor, headquartered in Alexandria. She's been processing, and she is wonderful.
Oh, yeah, there we go. We've got a standing applause here.
Yes, we are so fortunate to have her here anchoring this office. We asked her to come to the meeting, and she's waiting for a phone call from a foreclosure firm, and she's afraid to leave her desk. So that says it all about Deneen.
She
is
will be
such a
camped
hard
out there
worker.
all day. Yes.
Yeah, she is not leaving the phone. We also have Alex, our senior post closer in this office. So she's the person that's dispersing the funds all the time, and it's just we're really lucky to have her too.
She is your favorite person. With disperse the funds. Yes.
And Alex has worked here for at least 5 years. So we just have such a great team here. Michael's been a super addition. Of course, we miss Dennis, but Michael has just blended right in and just made everything here wonderful.
Excellent.
So any questions for Cardinal about their team here? No, everybody knows them? They love, oh, that's so great, you guys, to say you love them. Oh, we have a question?
It has nothing to, sorry. I just wanted to add up. Remember, Steve sent you a message regarding who does the commercial settlement, right? Just to let you know, guys, that in Maryland and DC, Mr. Bruce Dunn does
Yes.
commercial settlements. So if anybody is interested, you should be talking to them.
Right.
I don't know about Virginia, but okay.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks for that
Yes.
add-on.
If I do here, I get double mic'd.
I'm working with him right now, so
Yeah, he's wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah, great.
Awesome.
We're thrilled. We have
Good
several
plug.
commercial
We can't
transactions
close commercial
right now.
transactions
Yeah.
as well, yes.
Yes.
Well, I think we have 3 in process in Maryland right now.
Good. I've got a code up there. Just want to encourage everybody, continue to give us great
Yes,
reviews
please.
on Facebook, on Google, on our website, wherever you can. On Qualia, you get a survey every time you close. Fill out those surveys there. We'll take them and we'll try to she's testing the QR code. Of course you are, Bethany.
It worked?
But
She says it
the
does.
idea is, look, great.
Everybody pull out your phones.
Not only do we love the support
Go to
on the
camera.
positive reviews and hearing the
Yes.
positive feedback, but we brought up those listing agents earlier that send over the thing and try to get the deal to close the Cardinal Title Group. Well, if the buyer's agent, the buyer pull up Cardinal Title Group and says lots of great things, they'll be like, oh yeah, great, yeah, I'll use Cardinal. But if the one person that's upset out of the 500 we closed this month is the only one that posts a review, then it looks like, oh, they're not so good. And Bruce gave a great story last week about how we did a great job, we did the ethical thing, but this agent was mad because we wouldn't break the rules and lie and be unethical and all this other kind of stuff. Well, all of a sudden they're going to send bad reviews because we wouldn't lie and cheat and steal to get their closing to the table.
Well, and that's an important thing too, because again, agents are Googling if they've never, and buyers who only do this one time, like this isn't their world, right? Well, they might do it every 5-7 years. They don't know Cardinal Title. They're relying on their agent in a lot of cases to be able to, guide them in the right direction. But they are Googling. They're Googling their agent, they're Googling the lender, they're Googling the title company. Well, there is a title company out there with a similar name who doesn't have such great reviews. So we need to make sure they're finding us.
I think that's Cardinal Title Settlements, right? Or Cardinal
So
Title
there's
Group.
like
Yes.
there's something in there that's a little bit different, but we want to make sure that all of our wonderful staff is getting the kudos that they deserve, and it's making your job easier as a listing agent and a buyer's agent to be able to get those deals to Cardinal Title. So we would love your positive reviews.
And behind you,
This is the sheet that
now
I use.
this is the sheet that Sarah talked about before. Great idea to put in your documents on your listing.
and the
or
brochure.
print it in your
I
brochure.
stick it
put
smack
on the
dab in the
table.
brochure. I don't leave it as a separate because they don't pick it up, right? Open it up, do the extra work, stick the thing in there. I put, just like I would do the residential property disclosure, lead-based paint, I stick all that in there so it's all ready. Buyers are going to look at it and go, oh, what's this? Right? So they're already getting that information on it.
And keep in mind, if you have any special requests from a translation standpoint, or your client simply can't get to one of our offices or something like that, just reach out to your processor and ask the questions, and we will do everything in our power to make sure that we take care of them to the best of our ability. So we're here to try and do everything we can to.
So if you need 11
accommodate you and your
o'clock, 11
clients.
o'clock closing in their house, Reed's in.
It's great.
I mean, Reed's
Reed
there.
will be there
I wouldn't be-
10:59.
I've been at a client's house at midnight for a settlement before.
It
so
doesn't
Wow.
count if it's your wife.
it was not my wife.
Or your father-in-law.
She doesn't get that service.
Any other questions for Carrie
KDV's
Reed?
got
Do
a
you guys
question.
I'm sorry, do you have points? Hold on.
Oh, we love plugs for
That's
Cardinal.
perfect.
Here, will you pass this back to Katie? I don't want to jump over the table.
My sellers in Texas, we just closed this week. Well, they closed earlier, and apparently Cardinal's using a new company of notaries. And the notary went to my seller's home in Texas to settle. So they didn't have to do the mail away, on and on and on. It was really beautiful.
We've
so
spent
y'all
a lot
are
of
just
time
getting
trying
better
to
and better.
find
Yeah.
good notaries, and I think we've finally found a really good company that we can
A good
rely
network.
upon, that we work with, and
They
they're
were happy.
on a national basis.
And then Bruce talked
fantastic.
about last week Ron a lot.
Ron.
Yes.
Is that just Maryland, D.C., or is that Virginia as
No,
well?
we can do it across the board, a Ron
Okay.
settlement. Maryland is experimenting with this new company called PandaDocs, I think. It's a strange name. I don't really understand where that's coming from. But in Maryland and D.C., they're pushing it a lot, and it's been a great success. Our actual attorneys are the ones conducting the settlements, but so we're fully raw and capable. That's remote online settlements for sellers really anywhere across the board.
But
also,
that was it still cash deals, or can they do it with financing as well now?
It's sellers, but
Yeah.
this
seller
is strictly
side.
sellers and buyer
So many
cash.
times the seller's not closing with the buyer. So the Ron closing is great. They can have already moved out of town. They can be in their
Right.
house or wherever, and we can do that now. Bruce's one piece of advice was make sure you schedule at least 2 days ahead of time
Yes.
because they have to pass a questionnaire. They have to get at least 4 out of 5 questions right. Like, did you live at this property and what's the
Security.
address?
Security
Oh, you have to
questions.
identify. It's
Yeah.
like a 4-level authentication.
Some people,
Questions people get wrong
they can
often.
botch it, so if they miss it that day, they have to retake them the next day to prove who they are. But if they miss it the second day, you can't do it. You can't sell your house. Sorry, you're not smart enough. I'm just kidding. Hold on one sec. We have a mic over here. Then I'll get over there, Michelle.
I just want to say something to endorse Carno, because I think when I first joined Samson, I have a closing, and that has happened that week. My client is pregnant, and she's due this day we close.
And she had that baby.
And she had the baby in the hospital, military Fort Belvoir, and we couldn't get anybody have a pass to go to the gate. And guess who was there?
Who? Reed.
Do you have a
He
pass?
show up. We meet at the delivery room.
You have a special pass?
And
How did you get government cleared?
and
Yeah.
she was almost in the medication. She
They
can't
haven't hung
sign,
out with Reed
and she
enough.
had to sign before that medication hit her.
Reed goes, I'm staying at the head.
She's signing up here. Reed walked out.
At one point, she started asking questions, and I'm like,
That's hilarious.
That's all I wanted to say. If you guys have a client, need to.
Yes. Just for the record, I have a based ID, so I can get you on if you need to do that.
So if you have somebody ready to give a baby, Reed is professionally trained.
That's hilarious.
Miss Michelle.
I just had a comment about that e-signing. When your clients are trying to authenticate, make sure you tell them to think about their kids that were in school or when they were in college. Those questions go way back, and they cover anything and everything you've
How
ever
do they choose those questions?
been attached to.
From your credit report.
It's probably a credit
Oh,
report
yeah.
because it had things about my daughter's house in Tennessee when she was in college, and I honestly couldn't remember
I'm sure
where
you-
the heck she
I'm
lived.
sure you co-signed
But
on
you
it or
got to
something.
really think back. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people miss the questions.
So start early.
Yeah, you got to study
yeah,
up a little.
I had a
fail,
client
you
Early
miss
have
it
and
last
often
month.
study your credit report.
You're allowed to take it the next day, I think, too,
Yeah.
right? Study your
that's
credit
quick.
report.
Study
It
your
takes
credit
24
report.
hours.
Break down all the places that you could think of. No. But I mean, it's mostly address oriented, right? It's not like, what was your favorite movie when you were in 1996?
No,
You know,
no, thank goodness no.
Stuff you can get off the credit report.
What did you put as your password in 1972 when Al Gore invented the internet?
You're already mic'd up. You don't need another one.
I'm pretending.
I like that.
Good. Any other questions or thoughts for Carrie and Reed? You guys have any follow-ups?
No, thanks
Good.
everybody,
Yeah.
and thank you listing agents for getting the buyers to come to
Yes.
Cardinals so often.
Yes.
You guys are doing a tremendous job of that, and we are so thankful. Thanks everybody, you're doing a great job, and we appreciate it.
Thank
Thank y'all for
you.
everything.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
I'll add one thing for Carrie and Reed, and that is make sure that you are having the discussions with your clients about wire fraud. It's still happening every day where
New materials out there that are.
you have new. Oh,
No, the one that you had sent out.
oh yeah, the one that I had sent out. Yes. As he's like talking to my mic. But there are new materials that we've sent out. Make sure they're on the Nest. Make sure you look at them. Please, please, please have the discussion with them. Don't let them just click, 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 click because it's e-sign and it's easy. We have people impersonating them, impersonating you. People are sending money out every day. We're getting, reports of it with settlements across the board. And luckily, Cardinal's doing a great job of catching it. But when that money goes, that money's gone, and your settlement is gone too, right?
Gone.
Gone. You be gone. So make sure that you are
This
having
work-
the discussion about wire fraud.
Dave. Yes, 1 second. Let me.
You can talk into
I
that
would
mic
like
or
it.
one of our chests. So we'll
You might
have to give
prefer
the
this mic than my chest.
So is there opportunities now, since you have so many wire frauds, that they can start bringing the cashier's checks?
Yeah, we do make exceptions. If you have someone who wants to bring a check, they just need to reach out to us, and we'll make arrangements and tell them what we need in order to accept it. Yeah,
Are you guys still finding issues with that too? Because I know they
Yeah, there are
stopped doing
issues with
that.
that too, with fraudulent checks, and so that's one of our concerns with that too.
So we have certain procedures that we'll take to authenticate the check.
The bad guys are smart
Yeah, I mean,
and diligent.
We had, you know.
If the bad guys would just settle down and prospect for real estate, they would sell a lot.
I told this story last week, but we had somebody send over $100,000 to the wrong place, you know, and you just got to educate your buyers. You got to talk to them, you know, just make sure when in doubt before they send that money, pick up the phone and talk to somebody, make sure if they're scared about it. But only through Qualia, only through those instructions, never through email.
And please, you guys don't take the wiring instructions and send to email. We've changed our accounts. We're making sure that everything is staying safe. The wiring instructions will be given through Qualia, and only Qualia. Don't send emails and Qualia.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Or as one of my sellers or buyers called it, Quilla.
Quilla.
I got this email from Aquila.
There you go.
Oh, who? Yeah, what? Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carrie and Reed, for all your hard work.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Where are my loan officers? I saw some earlier.
There you go. Hello.
Oh,
She's over here.
Lisa, come on
Lisa's
up.
over here.
I was looking at you. Want to talk or no? You don't have to talk.
She says, you have a question? I don't want to talk.
Lisa, you don't have to talk, but you can if you want. You got anything to say? You want to say hi? Want to answer any questions? Come on up here,
You
Lisa.
got to come up here. We're on live
I won't
stream,
make you
Lisa.
stay up here long. Everybody needs to see Lisa Perry. I knew I saw Lisa when I walked in. I wasn't going to put her on the spot, but now that she's still
Good
in here,
morning.
she has to
You
talk.
got to get in the middle.
You got to stand with this. I won't make you talk much. This is Lisa Perry, right?
Yes, Lisa Perry.
Where do you come?
She goes as of yesterday, yes.
Which office are you in, Lisa?
Fairfax and Alexandria.
Fairfax and Alexandria. I knew the answer. I just like to make
I'm
her
here
say
on
it.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay, excellent. How are rates doing right now, Lisa?
They're holding on. They're staying steady.
We've seen a little improvement the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
right?
we have. It's gone down just a tad.
There you go. There's good news. See, the market's not bad. Rates are getting better, right?
Yep, they're getting better.
Last week we talked a lot about ARMs and not to be afraid of them, you know, and that you can really increase your buying power with ARMs. The 5, 7, 10-year ARMs, the 7 to 10-year ARMs, the pricing can be a lot better than what you're looking at in 30-year fixed. You know, and to me, I don't want to be over dramatic here, but it's almost silly to get a 30-year fixed because basically you're conceding. Now, if you're conservative, that's fine. But you're almost conceding this is the best rate it's going to be in the whole 30 years I'm going to own this property. We know they're going to get better at some point, right? The law of the last 30 years, if you look at interest rate charts, they're going to be back down in the 4s at some point. We don't know if it's tomorrow or 6 months or 9 months. But if at some point today's rate is 5.25, 5.5, whatever you lock in, well, if at some point it's in the 4s, you can look to refinance. You know, or you can get that ARM now, and you can get that 4% if it really dips down further. But get that savings in now. Don't concede at the worst possible common denominator, which is today's rate, because it's going to get better at some point. The other thing we've talked a lot about is, you know, marry the house and date the rate. You know, if you love the house, you like that one, right? If you like the house, go get the house now. There's not a lot of competition. We see home inspections, appraisals in there now. You can ask for closing costs, all that kind of stuff that you couldn't do 2 or 3 months ago. In some ways, it's a lot better time to be a buyer than it was before. Yes, the interest rate's a little bit higher. Buy that house if you can afford it. Either get an ARM so it's more affordable, or buy it at the 30-year fixed rate with the idea that as soon as these rates do come down, I'm going to refinance. I'm only going to pay this high rate for a little bit of time.
Yes.
You did good.
Thank you.
Lisa says he's doing a great job.
I love ARMs, and I think they got a bad name in the 2005, 2011 time frame. And those were neg-am ARMs and interest-only ARMs and all this yucky stuff that, look, those were liar loans is a bad word. They were tricky loans that weren't really representing what you were doing. All you're doing now is you're paying full principal. It's a 30-year loan. You're just getting a better rate for the first 7, 8, 10 years, you know, whatever it is.
And it's fixed.
And it's fixed. It's not moving for those first 7 years. And look, even if you don't refinance and you get to year 8 and you're still in the house and you haven't refinanced, okay, it might not move up. Depends what
I've
rates are
had some
then.
that went down.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not something scary to be afraid of. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I had a question for Lisa. Lisa, you had a great story for me yesterday about
He's making you stay here, Lisa.
the shift in the market. The shift in the market, and you're seeing a lot of buyers get closing costs now, right?
Yes, yes, we are starting
And
to see
she
that.
happened to be passing by my office, and I was like, I have a buyer for you, right? Because she has a lot of platforms. But you want to share with that story with everyone? I think it would be helpful.
We are starting to see a lot of buyers get closing cost help now, and this was in a rural area. And not only did he get closing costs, but his home inspection items, he got all the stuff repaired as well. So he really, we're starting to see a difference in the market where sellers are really starting to, be a little bit more negotiable.
It's balanced and fair.
It's balancing.
And that's
that-
really the market it should be. It just happened so quickly was the
It did.
problem. If rates had
pendulum
moved
went whoop.
from 2.5 to 5.5 over a 6, 9, 12-month period, but when it happens in a month or two, everybody kind of freaks out a little bit, right? But now it's much more balanced. Look, it's more fun to be a buyer's agent today if you can find a buyer ready to do it than it was 3 months ago. 3 months ago, I was sitting here talking to you all, and you're like, I've lost 12 offers in a row, and that can be frustrating for the buyer, for you,
it's no
for
fun
everybody.
for anybody.
No.
It's no fun for anybody. The other thing I will say is, the shock is now beginning to become over. The shock is now over. So in March, when that pendulum swung, everybody was like, well, I'm just going to sit and wait because I still want my $50,000 over the last one, even though I haven't done anything. But sellers are getting a little bit more realistic now. They're not as greedy. The house is sitting on the market 30, 40, 50 days in some areas.
They're dropping that price.
They're dropping that price. They're getting realistic. They're starting to negotiate again. We'll see more of that. And again, it's not because the prices are bottoming out. That's not happening. We're just seeing them get a little bit more realistic about where the prices should be and where the buyer pool is versus what they believe that their little Taj Mahal is worth next to the other Taj Mahal down the street. A little bit more realistic.
Awesome. Any more questions for Lisa? I know she's really excited to be on the stage here.
She's like, can I get
I wanna
off
keep
here
her up
right
here
now?
as long as possible. You've got one, I can tell. But you don't know if you want to keep Lisa up here. Ah, there you go. This is Lisa.
Lunenburg, Virginia.
Yes.
There you go. So now you've met her.
Yes.
You can go say hi afterwards.
Yes.
You guys can share a Panera
You
egg
can
sandwich.
share
or
a
so out there
sandwich and a bagel,
chat.
yes.
Well, thank you, Lisa. Thank you for all the
Thank
support of First
you.
Heritage. We've got a lot of great First Heritage loan officers in all of our offices. Lisa here in Alexandria, and they're a great resource and great partner for us. So I would, even if you have a lender friend already, great, get to know one of the first ones in our First Heritage offices because they are very knowledgeable and they are key. Look, you don't have to know everything about financing. You need to know enough to have a good conversation, and then get them with Lisa or get them with another First Heritage loan officer and say, look, give me some options. Okay, here's a 30-year fixed payment. Here's a 5-year ARM if you want to be aggressive. Here's a 10-year ARM if you want a little bit better but you're not willing to get that aggressive. They might be like, let's do that 5-year ARM. Drops my payment $150 a month, $100 a month. I'm not going to stay in this loan more than 5 years. I'm going to refinance or I'm going to sell in 5 or 6 years. Let's go for it. I'm going to save the $150 a month for the next 60 months. That adds up.
Yes.
I get on fire, sorry.
Yeah, you do. He loves his arms. Loves his arms.
So what are we doing? How are we doing?
Time.
We
need
are,
to punch tab.
pushing a little bit, of course, like always. So we tried to give drop some cool tips and knowledge on you. This full article, Sarah dropped in a Tuesday tidbit a couple weeks ago, but I thought it was good. I want to bring some of these great concepts right back to light. So we're going to spend a couple minutes going over a couple of these cool tips for retention strategies.
So everybody knows number one is my favorite. Referrals are the way to go. People know you, they like you, they trust you. It is still the single number one best source of business, according to this article. NAR did a profile. 68% of recent sellers used an agent who was referred to them. 68%. So stay in touch. Contact your people. Hello. Stay in touch. Contact your people. We're going to be giving you guys some challenges coming up in the next couple of sales meetings to kind of get business going through the rest of the year. But you can jumpstart yourself now and just start staying in touch with your people. Call your people. Tell them what's going on. They're going to hear it from you, or they're going to hear it from their hairdresser, or they're going to hear it from the bartender, or they're going to hear it from their best friend who knows nothing about the real estate market. You are the grassroots campaign. You are the grassroots knowledge and professional in the room, so make sure they hear your voice over somebody else's.
Inventory knowledge never goes out of style. Know your market. Know your numbers. I mean, I'm going to briefly go over market reports in here, but know your micro market. Know, what the most recent sales were in the neighborhood. Know, how much percentage the house that are general in your zip code have gone up year over year. How many have sold, or how many are sitting on the market, or what's the average days on market. It's not crazy stuff. You don't need to know every stat in the world. You don't have to be a statistician, but you need to generally know what's going on in your market. It's going to make you sound so much more educated if you're at an open house or you bump into somebody at your kid's game tonight and they want to talk real estate. How's the market? If you just answer good, well, anybody can answer good. Well, a little slower. Well, it's fine if you can tell it's a 1-second conversation, but if it's how's the market? Because I might be looking to buy or sell. We need to be ready to talk about it. And well, look, it's slowed down a little bit. Things are sitting 2 or 3 weeks. Average days on markets now have gone from like 7 to 14 days. We've seen a little slow.
Buyers have
much
more choice.
Balanced.
Here's what's happening.
Throw out a couple numbers. Normally, we only had 6 houses on the market in our zip code on average a month or 2 ago. Now we've got 16, 20, 25. It's a great time to buy. Whatever the stats are, inventory knowledge is key. So make sure you stay on top of all of that.
Absolutely. When you're having conversations, enough about you. Let's talk about me. People don't care about you. You have 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion, right? Buyers want to know and sellers want to know.
There's a good Toby Keith song. Did you ever hear that?
Oh, he's singing.
I want to talk about me. I want to talk about I want to talk about no. All right. Go ahead.
Can somebody play some background
music?
music?
It's a good one. You guys Google it later.
2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them in that proportion.
I didn't use it. I kept talking instead of listening. Go ahead.
Don't show up and throw up. You need to talk to them about their lifestyle. When I do
throwing up is a bad strategy to win listings.
But no matter
let's be clear about that.
But they may. But how many?
That's how I got most of my listings. Sympathy.
Sympathy. I feel so sorry for you. I'll give it to you. That doesn't work. But how many of you show up at a listing presentation and you get so nervous, or the buyer or seller doesn't say anything in this presentation, and you spend the whole time going, well, I do this, and me, and me, and me, and me, and I did this, and I do that, and I do the other. Stop. They don't care. They want to know who you are. They're going to Google you, have the information ready, but they should be able to find it on their own. The entire conversation you spend talking to them is, what are you going to do for them? And if you don't know what you're going to do for them, because most of us don't, we don't know what's important unless we ask. So make sure you're asking about their life, you're asking what's important, you're taking in those cues around their house, around their lifestyle, what are their motivators, what are their drivers. Ask lots of questions, and then meet their point of what they want with your counterpoint of what you're going to do. Point and counterpoint all the way. It's not about you. You should be the afterthought, not the primary 80% of the conversation.
Use a seller guarantee of services. That can look different to different people, okay? One, we do have Samson Instant Offers where you can provide a cash offer to them if they have a guaranteed price point that they need to be at. We can provide that to them, right? Or at least it's not going to be the number they want. But when I talk a guarantee of services, people love the word guarantee, whether it's a guarantee to do this marketing and do these types of open houses or provide you A+ customer service, or make sure use a list of guarantees or a list of things that you're going to guarantee that's going to give them confidence when they sit with you. It's going to give them confidence that I know that Donnie's going to stand behind the things that he's going to say. He guarantees it. Look, the second I stray from this, I don't need a lengthy listing agreement with you, because I'm going to guarantee I'm doing all these things, and the second I'm not, you can fire me. That's fine, because I didn't deserve to keep doing your listing. But that kind of confidence and a guarantee of services can help to secure that listing. I didn't mean to hit forward. I meant to go to the next one.
Take the clicker. All right. Conduct a post-close survey. We do that through Testimonial Tree. When your file closes, we automatically send out a review for your client to give you that review and feedback that you can post on your social media, but it's also on Google and other places, as long as it's good. It's on Google and other places so that when people Google you, they find it. If it's not good, it just comes to us, so it's not blasted out there for the world to see. The other post-closing survey we do is a peer review.
By the way, we have some things to talk about. I got some surveys back on.
On me?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Just
joking.
But we also do one peer-to-peer. And this is important too, because we send one out that where people can rate how you did as an agent on your transaction. I love these. Some people are like, well, I don't want people rating me. I'm going to tell you it's good. Because if you're going up against another big name in your marketplace, and you log in and you can pull up your stats that say, look, my last 10 transactions, I had a 5-star rating from the agents I worked with. This is why this deal is going to get done, and you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish to get to Florida for the birth of your grandchild, because agents like working with me and I do a good job. That's just as important as hearing what the client says, both positive and negative. Maybe you're saying or doing something that's putting someone off and you don't know you're doing it, right? It's important to know to be able to adjust that, because that's impacting your business. We don't like knowing when we do things poorly, but if we take it in the vein upon which it's intended as helping, then you can always get better, and improvement is the name of the game.
Be the go-to resource for service providers and everything in the industry. Look, you don't have to, we jokingly talked about contractors earlier. Look, but if you built up the trust of your sphere, and your sphere gets bigger and bigger, and they know that if they reach out to you, you can know you've got great plumbers, or you've got great electricians, or you've got a great mover, or you've got great this, you're going to make yourself more valuable. And if you don't have those relationships in your life yet, make them. Find people that you can be confident in all the different fields that attach to real estate. Because the more valuable you are, the more likely they are going to be to refer you and continue to use you. The stat I always bring up is that 93% of people liked their realtor, said they'll use this realtor again next time.
How many?
93%. What percent of those do you think, Katie, use that realtor next time? 13%. 13% of people
Tell
use
us
the same
why,
realtor
Donnie.
next time. Because they don't remember who you are.
Right. I hate that. Talk
you
to your
haven't
people.
talked to them in 7 or 8 years, then you get mad when they sold their house with somebody else 8 years later. Well, they don't know who you are. You didn't provide any value.
Well, I sent them a Christmas card. Does not count.
No. Be a part of them. Provide value in some way, shape, or form. The more you can indoctrinate and be a part of your life.
Go back to that number one referrals. Go back to that number one referrals. All right, the last one we're going to talk about, top priorities for sellers. NAR did a profile. And what do you think was the highest placed, for those of you that didn't cheat and read the article, what do you think the sellers placed the highest priority on? Pricing the home competitively. That does not mean pricing it where they want it. It means pricing it where they will sell. Sometimes we have to have hard conversations as professionals, but it's our professional reputation. We can't just price it $100,000 more because they want it. Hard conversation to have, but be the professional. 20% was help market it to potential home buyers. 16, sell the home within a specific time frame. They always have a time frame. You've got to find what their motivator is. Help them fix the home to sell for more and find a buyer for the home.
Well, help them fix the home to sell for more. We've got great resources now to help you out with that. And then to find a buyer for the home. Yes.
Do you have a question?
So obviously this whole article is testimonial trade, but we wanted to highlight a couple of those things because we think the stuff is
it's important.
And it's great tips to remember during a time when you may have a little bit more time because there's a few less transactions going on out there. You want to get back to the basics. You want to dig into some of these things that maybe we need to be reminded about what to dig into.
And I would tell you, I would challenge you right now, if you're doing nothing or you're very limited in your prospecting or you don't know what to do or you just need a shot in the arm, make a goal of calling 5 people in your database every day. Call, say hello, not, hi, I'm in real estate, do you want to buy or sell? Right? Call, how are you?
That's not what you do?
No, you call, hi, how are you? I've been thinking about you. It's been 2 years and 92 days since I saw you last when we went to Starbucks, whatever. How are you doing? How are the kids? How are the family? Real estate's a crazy world right now. Do you have any questions? Would you like me to tell you what your house is worth? I'll be happy to run those comps for you. It's your single biggest investment. Give them value. If they say yes, great. If they say, well, I can just look on Zillow, we say, well, let me tell you why that's not going to be so great for you. I'm going to run you a comp. Zillow uses an algorithm that doesn't necessarily take everything into consideration, including the CEO used a real estate agent to sell his house. So let me tell you what the real value of your house is. Why don't I do this? I'll call you back next week. We'll sit down, we'll have coffee. Or if that's not convenient, I'll email it over to you. Give them something of value, communicate with them, care about them, love on them. 5 people a day, you will have business pouring out of your ears.
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes. This is a perfect tie-in to all the classes we've either done or are doing. Just a quick heads up, September, October, we're doing buyer consultation, seller consultation, the logic and the science behind it.
Awesome.
And then today's class is all about leveraging the stuff that you already have at your fingertips that you don't even know how to use. Free reports, free newsletters, and your website. All of these things tie into classes we've already got available for you. So thank you for the heads up.
Use these real life tips. Stick around at 12 o'clock. Lynn will help you use a lot of the tools that we've already got available to you already.
Yes.
I'm going to quickly go through the market reports because we are past the time I said I was going to start names. So I'm going to try and close up here quickly. DC Metro Market. We have all the market reports for July posted on the Nest. Go to the Nest. Top resources in the top left. We have a market reports on there. It's got 20 different associations, all the different market reports around there. This is for the whole DC Metro area. There's a lot of red
down.
A lot of red.
Somebody bled all over that page.
New listings, obviously down 17.5% from June to July. That's not ideal. It's a little bit normal this time of year, but a little bit more than 14% less listings than last year have gone on the market. We need to get people encouraged to get out there and list their homes. There's still good prices going out there. New pendings are obviously way down. The closed sales is one I wanted to point out. Some of you can get discouraged because you think, I'm doing something wrong. My business is off a little bit this year. Well, the whole DC metro market
Everybody's business is off.
sold 26.6% less homes in July than last July. I'm not saying that means, oh, just throw in the towel.
No, but double
you
down and chug forward.
Do more things. Do more of the stuff that you got to, maybe you didn't have to call the 5 people before because the business just came. Well, dig in, do a lot of things we talk about, things Lynn teaches. We'll get that number back up for you. There's still 5,500 sales that happened last month. You just need to get a couple of them to go to you, right? Median sales price is up 2.3%. Active listings. This is a cool one. This talks about remember the competitives we talked about before? We couldn't get any home inspections, couldn't get appraisals. We had a bid above. Well, we were setting like new record minimums every month on this if you watch us do these market reports. This is the first time this hasn't been the 5-year minimum. The average is 9,900. We're up at 8,100 active listings. So that's how much inventory we have on the market. We actually have some inventory out there. We've got some things for people to buy. The days on market is creeping up to an average of 16, which is up higher than it's normally at. 99.9% average sold to list. I don't know if I'm supposed to touch that. Average sold to list price rate. So this is we're still selling at a high price compared to the list price, but that's fairly normal in this area. But the last couple of months, if you remember, this was 101, 102, 103, 104 as far as what percentage to original list price. So we're seeing things sell at or near list price. Some things are still going over if it's competitive, but some things are going over under a couple percent. So just some things to keep in mind generally. I'm not going to go down every one of these because we're past time, but typically we'll go down. Listing pendings are down. The closed sales are down. If these are the markets around you can see around the whole board, NVR is down 28.8%. So I said DC Metro was 26. NVR is even a little bit more than that. So average sales price, they will show this because you can still see, even though prices have settled down a little bit, they're still up 5, 6, 3, 7, 9%.
And this
15%.
is the chart you want to show your buyers to get them off the fence, because there are a lot of buyers out there thinking, I'm just going to wait till the prices crash. The prices aren't crashing, they're still going up. We're still getting in more inventory, so the prices should be softening, and they are based on what someone wants, but not based on what something's worth. Right. And that's a very definitive difference that you need to understand the difference for. But show them that price about sales price being up. That's important. They need to see that their values are continuing to rise.
So just some upcoming things. The marketing team is there in Frederick tomorrow, is the 18th, I think. So you can go to any of these places to do your marketing education days.
So branding, print, social media, and Canva is your classes.
You can come see the classes or meet people one-on-one. We're going to be in Alexandria, it looks like right here, October 20th. But we're going to be in Frederick and National Harbor and Bel Air and D.C. and Clarksville and Fredericksburg, Richmond. They're all over. Want to make sure you're aware of all these days. They all are on our calendar. Those are a lot of similar words in a row. But the marketing education days are great for the whole team to come out and you can learn from these people. They're always available one-on-one. If you want to meet with this team, we've got a great team. Set up a one-on-one. Typically have to go to Chantilly for the one-on-ones if it's off the schedule. But they're a great team.
Or they can do it via Zoom for you. And
via Zoom, yep.
There is a calendar link to be able to set those on that slide. There was a QR code, and it's also on the Nest under the marketing team page that you can schedule a one-on-one with them if you need to.
I'm going to go through a couple of these classes because I do want to close up here. But we talked about Lynn's, which is right after this at 12 o'clock. Leveraging free reports and newsletters. Leverage a lot of the free stuff we're already giving you. Learn to use it. Learn to leverage it in a way to stay connected with your clients and to create new clients. The more you pour into that sphere of influence, the more you'll get out of it. Bright MLS training, Instagram Reels with Brittany. We've always got our mastermind classes with Dave every Thursday. This week it's 2.5 to 5 million. Guys, at a time when things might be a little slower than you'd like, is it a time to migrate into your own corner or to come out and talk to others more? Well, to me, share, get out there. What are you guys doing? What are you doing? How'd you get your last couple deals? Now is the time to lean on each other. This is the time when things are great, fine, stay in your own corner. People just keep calling you. When it slows down a little bit, let's all pull together, help each other, take more classes, talk to more of the realtors around you. You're going to get more ideas, more energy, more juice from the people that we talk to. Get into those masterminds. Jumpstart classes are always Tuesday with Lynn and follow-ups on Thursday. We've got a Bright MLS CMA class, which is great. If you don't know how to do a CMA, you got to learn how to do one no matter what the platform. Contract classes, First Heritage classes on Friday always. Sky Slope and Canva on Fridays. Commercial with Monday we talked about. We got a Super Home Warranty. They're one of our great partners. They have a class on Monday. Ribbon, if you didn't ever learn that, that's on Tuesday. So Ribbon's a great, it's where the program can come in and make your buyer a cash buyer for a little bit of a percentage point. It's going to be a little bit less relevant when we're not competing as much.
Yep.
But if you feel like you're losing because of
it's
that.
another tool.
Another tool in your tool belt. That is the Samson Property Management Meet and Greet Tuesday in Bowie that Bethany was talking about before, and we talked about our property management team earlier. Jumpstart classes with Lynn. The fourth one's on Tuesday in Stafford, it looks like. And then
all right,
those are all the classes we want to highlight for the next week or so that we want to make sure you're aware of. Always check the calendar. The other thing I want to tell you to check is every Friday we tape an update. I try to keep it 10 minutes. We want to talk about the cool stuff that's happened this week, if we had any new announcements you might have missed. And then we're going to go over all the classes that are next week. We send that out Friday afternoon. It's quick. I try to keep it to the point. I don't ramble on too much. Try not to until Justin yells at me to stop rambling. But the idea is we want to be get in and out, get a quick overview of stuff coming up, what's going on, stay on top of all things Samson. So we send those Friday updates every Friday as well with anything key that you want to make sure you need to know. With that, we did not hit our time. It's 11:28, so I tried to. Jess has got an announcement. Come on up, Jess. Of course you can.
I know I'm messing up your timing.
No, you're good. I want to wait till the light turn green.
Real quick, I want to throw out to everyone that if you're not seeing my emails every Monday, look in your spam, Jess Miller. Just do a search because it's probably in your spam, especially if you have Gmail. But I send an email every single Monday of what's going on in our office, Alexandria.
I don't get your emails.
You don't? You must not be on the list. It's a special. It's a special list.
It's a very distinguished list.
Special.
I'm not on the Alexandria list.
Yeah. So check that because also Donnie's update on Friday, I link that in there too. So you have everything.
Oh, great. You get 2 times, Donnie.
You get 2 times. Yeah. That's it.
The other thing I will say for anybody that questions why they may not be on the list, that list is populated by where you have said your home office is. So anybody that's home offices might be somewhere besides Alexandria, but you want to be in all of the Alexandria happenings and going-ons and trainings, we need to move your you to that list. So you can reach out to Kaber, Mendez at samsonproperties.net. If you send Jess a message, she will send it to Kaber to make sure that you are put in the appropriate list for the appropriate office.
And many of you initially signed up as Chantilly and then decided you want to move to Alexandria.
Yes.
Well, you're not getting Alexandria updates unless you still read Alexandria in our systems.
Yes.
Or Chantilly.
So I don't care what your MLS says. I don't care what your D4 says. But if you want to be in the communications for this office, you need to be affiliated with Alexandria in our systems. What is going on behind me?
I was asking Jess.
I would run too.
I didn't know if she wanted to do anything else today.
Oh, my heavens.
I asked a duet. She said no. I got turned down.
Oh, you're crazy.
All right. So what we're going to do now here is, if you're watching at home, hopefully you will continue to watch.
Yes. Thank you so much. We are looking forward to getting on and talking about all the great people.
Yes, but here is the thing. We have 421 amazing people that have used Cardinal Title Group in the last 4 weeks. And each one of these is super important to us. It's how we can keep building the best company we can for all of you all to succeed. So we cannot do it without the success of everybody using Cardinal. So thank you very much. And we're going to go through all the names now. And if you are going to get up and do something, please do it without getting in front of the camera if you could.
Sideways.
So that we could do that. But I will start with first page.
She's squatting.
Aaron Lewis. Abdul Latif.
Latif.
There you go. And if you are here, please raise your hand if I did not recognize you. Latif Chaudhry. Abu, where?
Oh, Abu.
He ain't in here.
He meant Lear.
I don't get to cheer for
Jess
people
was
that didn't come
very excited.
here.
She goes, Alexandria, yay!
Abu Hossein.
Yes.
Adriana Solano. Alex Echimpong 3 times.
Nice job.
Alexander Mikkel. Alexandra Ayamandi. Hold on.
Yay, Miss Audrey! Hello, how are you?
Somebody slipped in the room. The great and wonderful Audrey Davidson. Thank you for. I hear you had a closing across the way. Congratulations on your closing.
Of course, thank you.
That's why you took all our Cardinal people out here. We're going to introduce them, but they're in Audrey's closing.
Audrey has a closing.
That's more important. Well, Audrey, so good to see you. I think I left off at Alexandra Ayamandi, Alexine Frank Cooper, Alan Lane, Miss Allie Chamberlain, Althea Hurst, Alvaro Sosi, Amanda Ramos, Amber Giacoba 2 times, Anand Barnes, Andrea Alexandra 2 times, Andy Shannon 3 times,
Nice
Angela
job, Andy.
Brock, Anil Khanna, Anthony Santistevan.
Apichana Pichakulu Pikachu.
Pikachu.
I thought this was you that you gave me this one before. Apichana Pichakul. Pichaku.
I think you can get the next one better.
Yes, April Baker.
Good job.
Arkley Nazar, Arelis Perez, Arif Khan, Arsalan Jamil, our Leesburg manager 2 times, Ashina Tucker, Ashish Sangrola 2 times. Thank you. Miss Audrey Davidson in the house.
That's not even today.
That's
we get
not
to call you out
today.
next time,
I know,
too.
we get to call you again.
Thought
Audrey
you moved.
Eanes.
You're still closed and rocking it.
That's right. Audrey Eanes, Austin Southern, Badar Al-Atabai, Beatrice Flores, Bridget Bradshaw, Bunmi Akinyosoye, Candy Ferguson. I'm just moving right along. Sorry, Bunmi. Candace Ashtroth, our Fairfax manager 2 times, Karen O'Brien, Carlos Fuentes, and Carmen Carter Howell.
Casey Quitkin, Uncle Casey Sampson 6 times.
Nice
Way
job,
to go, Casey.
Casey.
Casey Stauffer 2 times. Charisma Ware, Chuck and Cheryl Youngbar. I think this is 2.
times.
I think it's 2 times. They're probably both listed on different ones.
Jivy.
Jivy
Lamanche.
3 times. Good job. Shirayu Shah 2 times. Chris Westerland, Chrissy Seminaro, Christine Martin 2 times. My man, Lake Ridge broker manager Chris DiNapoli 5
Nice
times.
job.
Good job,
Good
Chris.
month, Chris.
Christopher Urich, Chuck Raffet, Charles Kim, Claudia Carcamo, Cynthia Middleton, Cynthia Chen, Cynthia Epps, and Dale Brandon.
And again, we apologize if we slaughter your name. I would love for you to call me and tell me how to say it properly. Dalton Blair, Damon Scott, Dan Quiroga, Danielle Bowie, Darian Sessions, Darlene Spears, David Flack, David Hatchton, David Holland, David Luckenball 4 times,
There you
our
go,
Montclair
David.
manager. Thank you, David. David Morales, Dawn Mitchell, Denise Watkins, Derje Gurma 2 times, Daryl Reed, Daria Slavica, Desiree Rogelli 2 times, Diana Posadas, Diane Harrison, and Dilyara Dominova 6 times. Thank you,
Go
Dilyara.
Dina Barahona 3
Barahona.
times. Barahona.
Barahona.
Dominic Saunders, Danica Adisokan, Ebony Jones, Elaine Molina, Elizabeth Benitez, Emmanuel Nimako, Engels de Leon, Eric Velasquez, Ernesto Sordo, Ernie Dill.
Nice voice.
Fabian Frederic.
There we go.
Falco Bruno, Ferris Iwes, Gabe Aranguren, Gabriela Elizabeth Duarte Miranda.
Ooh, you got it good.
Gabrielle Banks, Gary Harvey, Gary Martin, and Jeannie Wynn 2 times.
Nice job. Greg Kalangian, Gregory Sakanik, is that right? Gwendolyn Childs, Hal Wilson, Hamid Navasavarani, Heather Hartshorn, Hee Kui, Heejun Park, Heidi Swinson, Helen Argueta, Hinda Mohammed, Wai Fong right here in the room with her beautiful flowers, Holly Simpson, Hugo Medina, Aline Pa, Imani White, Imari Miller, Inam Raymond 2 times, Idriera Dodson, and Irene Franklin.
Woohoo. Hey, Austin, we should make you carry in Hua's flowers.
Bring in Hua's flowers right there on the, from her garden. Yeah, she brought in the, bring that.
I want you to stand between us and just hold them.
You. So for
you'll
anybody,
you'll be our flower boy.
He's our flower boy. So for anybody that doesn't know, this is Junior Lubes on our recruiting and admin team. Come on over. They can't see it online.
No, you have to hold it.
You have to hold it.
You have to hold it.
And this is from Hua's garden. Yes, isn't that gorgeous?
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, put them right there.
Oh, it sounds
You're welcome.
embarrassing when I don't make
It was
you hold
fun.
it the whole time.
He goes, thank you for that. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. Israel.
back up.
Israel Barris. Izzy Amaya. Jacqueline Abrams. James Lovesby. James Wilkins II. James Wright. Jan Allen. Quick, she just joined a couple weeks ago. Janice Carnes. Janice Pearson 2 times. Janeth Caballero. Jasmine Wise. Jason Miller. Janine Andrew Brennan. Janelle Alexander. Jenny Nee, Jennifer Dorn, Jennifer Fang 2 times, Jennifer Kelly 2 times, Jennifer Lasik, and Jennifer Robertson. Oh, there.
Woo! Yay! Hey. Welcome. Congratulations. Awesome.
Great job.
I just want to know, are we doing like our new leg exercises now?
Yeah, stretching a little bit.
You know, that is like a really good thing. Let's try this. Jackson Lee, Joanna Lange, Joe Wilkerson. Like, I need to suck in the gut and do the, okay. John Bunch, John Grazika, John McCambridge, Johnny Jenkins 2 times. John Smith.
Yes, let's do it. Talk
there
it up.
Go. You got to pump it up. John Corello, our manager out in Reston. Jordana Adams 2 times.
We're going to keep rolling unless you stop us if somebody's in there. So let us hear it.
You got to let
us
yell.
hear it. We're good for cheering.
Jorge Najarro, Joseph.
What'd you say?
Mario
you did
Najarro.
Correct that. I forgot it last week.
Mario Najarro. Joseph Allo, Joseph Harrison.
You can just remember.
Joseph Jacob, Josh Prouty, Joshua Watson, Jose Ruiz 2 times, Jovanta Verdin, Joy Haskins, and Juan Carlos Lopez.
There you go. Julie.
Visperis.
Yes, I had to find it here.
I know.
Julie Visperis 2 times.
Maybe
Good
you
job,
need big
Julie.
font.
No, I do not. Juliet Sherrill, Justin Bailey, Kathleen Hubbard. I know her.
You know her.
That's my stepsister. Kathy Thompson, Katie W., Katie Wojo, Katie Wotojix, Katrina Ricketts, Kia Evans, Kayla Welsh, Kelly and Owen Thomas 2 times, Kelly Snell, Kellen Alayu, Carrie Ralston, Kevin Wolf, Khalid Saeed, Kimberly Sneed, Kiran Kumar, Kwaku Brobe, Kyonsuk Lee, and Larry and Laura L2 Realty Partners.
Nice job, you guys. Lana Schinnerer, Lavanya Gorpati, Lavita Matthews, Liam Fishia, Leanne Masick, Lenning Rivera. Sorry, I put too many eyes. Leslie Joyny Spitzer 3 times.
There you
nice
go,
job,
Leslie.
Letitia Goddess.
She made me read her name twice last week.
Why?
I don't know. She was just being funny.
Oh, she made you read it twice?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Leticia. Good job, Leticia.
Good job. Lei Olarun Femi 2 times. Congratulations. Layla Rogoff, Lillian Izari, Lindsay Walker, our Richmond manager, Lisa Barber here in our Alexandria office, Lisa Patton, Lois Brown, Lauren Logan 2 times, Luann Hook, Louis Savak, Lula Ayub 2 times, and Linda Stewart. Congratulations, you guys. Thank you.
Manish Shrestha, Manny Nieves from our Alexandria office. I know that. Maria Carranza, Maricela Nunez, Mark Quinchett, Marta Huluka, Mary Catherine Bilowis. I think it's Steven's wife, right?
Maybe.
She's brand new, right?
Is it?
Awesome. Good job, Mary Catherine. Might be her first one. Mary Williams, Mashish Eshaq. Masih Eshaq. What he said. Good job, Latif. Nailed it.
We're going to give you a mic and you
Matilda,
can come on
yeah,
you
might
when
watch
you correct us, you get it. You get to come up help.
Matilda LaRoque 2 times. Michael Jurado, Myra Pineda, Megan Trigg, Maktim Tesfaye, Maluku Tulu 3 times.
Nice job,
Good job, Mel. Melissa Smith, Missy Whittington, Melvin Douglas Pitt, Mendy Stimmel, and Michael Dowling.
Michael Fagan, Michael McKindy 2 times, Michelle Gildea in the room 2 times.
You got it.
You got to do a little dance. Whoop, whoop.
I gotta make Michelle dance a little bit.
Mohammed Hashmi, Mohammed Hoke, Munawar Khan, Nadia Delaware, Nadia Deskins, Nancy Chin, Natasha Mills, Uncle Pat Sampson.
Go ahead, Uncle
they're not
Pat.
my uncles. I just claimed them all. Patrick Adu, Patty Blackwelder, Paul Z. Lynn, Paul Desrosieres. Is that Spanish?
No.
Desrosier.
Desrosieres.
Oh, he sounds Desrosieres.
Desrosieres.
Yeah, I like him better. Paul Armstrong, Phyllis Brown,
Paula.
Paula Armstrong, Phyllis Brown, Pino Bully Pongsanen 2 times, Donnie's fave. Donnie's favorite is when you have a really long name that he can now pronounce well.
Yes.
FYI.
Makes me feel good about myself.
Parabin Kodka and Mark Perowski. Thank you so much, guys.
Rahel Amdi, Rajan Lawani, Rashad Henderson, Reba Rahimzadeh 2 times.
Yes,
hey,
Reba's here.
Reba. should have recognized Reba right away with all her social media stuff, I see. 2 times. Rebecca Newton. Renee Garland, 2 times. Ricardo Calderon, 2 times. Rita Rode. Darren and Robertson Holmes, 2 times. Darren and Susan. Rolf Kratz. Romy Sato. Roni Canadi. Rosa Martinez.
Is that candidate?
Candidate?
I don't know. Maybe it's my southern way of saying Canadi. Candidate.
Canadi?
Call me and tell me.
Roxanne Southern, 2 times. Rusty Miller. Saad Jamil. Sabine Katak. Sadeg Mamayazi. Mamazi. There you go.
Mamazi.
Sajad Rizvi, 2 times. Samira Hossainia.
Sandy Sullivan. Sarah De Rico Barros. Sarah McGovern. Sarah Biggers, 2 times.
Sarah Mormon, 2 times.
Oh. Woo! All right, sorry. All right. Satyana Rayana. Sorry. Kunsum. Saeed Wali. Sean Rotbart, 2 times. Sergio Garcia, not the golfer.
Not the golfer.
3 times. Shaylee Sharma. Shayna Mufti. Chanel Smith. Sheila Hensley. Shelly Schneider, our manager out in Locust Grove. Sherveen Garanjic. Thank you, Melissa Garanjic. Shavasti Singh. Sylvania Rosero. Sloan Weeson out in Reston. Shaznana Conaway, 3 times. Nice
Great job.
And Sophia Ellis.
Shrikant Dubadoo.
I like his name.
I know,
Dubadoo.
right? Stephanie Merritt. Stephanie Randall. Stephen Jones, 2 times. One of our great brokers in Chantilly.
Steve LaFave.
Steve LaFave. Steve Tangwa, 2 times. Steve Teese. Stephen Lee. Sukdeep Kang, 2 times. Susan Holbrook, 2 times. Susan McKinney. Sybil Buckwalter. Tamar Myers Moffitt. Tashia McDougall. McDougald. Takir Fatima. Tessa Harnish. We're going to bring you all everywhere we go.
Well, you're going on the road with us.
Thaddeus Underwood, 2 times.
Nice job, Thaddeus.
Dolis Desrosiers. Todd Kolash, 3 times. Oh, man.
Wow, Travis.
My man, Travis Johnson. Not just a pretty face. 4 times, Travis. Way to go.
Not just a pretty face. We saw him yesterday. Travis Levi, our Silver Spring manager. The Troy Property Group, 5 times. Nice job, Troy. Trulans Hickman. Tyler Simmons, 2 times. Is that Tyler down in? Yeah, Tyler down in Richmond.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's your sister's house. That's fantastic. Vanessa Wiley,
Chelsea,
2 times.
She's the nice one from their film.
Chelsea's the nice sister?
She's the nice Durham.
The nice Durham. As they go down the chain, they get nicer? I'm just leaving that alone. Vanessa Wiley, 2 times. Vicki Dutzik. Victoria Balakesha, 2 times. Congratulations. Vikas Singhal. Viktor Kutsevich, 2 times. Wally Hunt, 3 times.
Wow, there you go, Wally.
Our Arlington manager, Wendy Dean. Wendell Watkins. Yuri Pari, 3 times. Nice job, Yuri. Zandra Jameson. Jandra Zones, and Zanny and Associates Real Estate, 3 times. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And I'm serious. If we slaughtered your name, call me, because I really do want to know. And if your parents spelled your name funny or named you something funny, I like those stories too.
Well, that is all the great stuff we have for today. We just want to thank you all so much for all your hard work, all your support of Samson Properties, all your support of Cardinal Title Group. We cannot do it without you. Continue to support Cardinal. We'll continue to create great things for you guys to help. We're in talks with a couple other things right now that hopefully will be announced in September. Great things that will help you able to connect and sell more real estate and do better than we are, better next month than this month, and better than the month after that. So thank you for all your hard work. And
thank you for spending your morning with us. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great week. Thank you.